everyone, welcome back to the Arch Enchanter's Wand. I am so happy to be walking through the Curious Oracle with you today. Hello everyone, I am super happy to be able to show you this deck today. I have been waiting for it forever. There's a bit of a story behind it, so I ordered it back I think during lockdown, at the beginning of lockdown, maybe even before lockdown. I genuinely can't remember when I ordered it. I ordered it, and because it was coming from the US, I completely forgot about it. I knew that I had to put it out of my mind once I ordered it, because it was going to take a long time for it to get here, and I'm very impatient, can be very impatient, so I just put it out of my mind and then I completely forgot about it. And then more recently, I got a message from Holly about whether I had received the deck or not, and I hadn't. And so she sent me this deck. But then again, this deck, because of international shipping and the issues that we've had with Brexit and COVID and everything else, it didn't get here for 6 months. And then when it did get here, she realised, or we both realised, that she had sent me the incorrect version. So then we waited again, and she filled in the cards. So in actual fact, I think what I was supposed to get was a more recent version, which she did also send me, bless her heart. So she has been super patient. She's most probably spent a ton of money on shipping. And I'm so thankful to her for taking time and effort to make sure that this oracle came to me. Now, I'm a bit of a believer in things coming to you when you need them rather than when you want them. So I'm not, I'm looking at it in that way, and I do feel ready for this now. When I first saw this deck, I had a bit of deck lust going on. I felt like I needed it in my life. I wanted it more than I needed it, and it didn't come. And now I feel like I'm really in a position where I need it rather than want it. So it came in this pretty bag. Now, this was supposed to be the 5th edition, but she ended up sending me a super rare copy, which I will show you. There's one difference with one card, which I will show you when we go through it. But this is how the deck came. This is her other business that she has, Forge and Fountain. She makes the most beautiful, incredible silver jewellery. And it came with this little, I think this might be river paper. It's very thin paper, and it's really sturdy. It reminds me of river paper, Japanese river paper. So it gives you an outline of the Curious Oracle. So the reason I liked this Oracle deck is because it has a system. It has 7 cards representing suits or sets, and then 7 cards representing the steps within each set. So I made a little, I'm going to put that off to the side for a minute. I made a little cheat sheet for myself. So the sets are body, motion, intuition, heart, intellect, blessing and spirit. And then within each set there's 7 cards which relate to manifestation, relationships, growth, structure, lesson, healing and epiphany. So there is a structure. Now I'm going to do my best to fit this on the screen. So these are the cards. These are the beautiful backs. This is the limited edition, so we've got the foil backing on these, and this is like I think this is what they call rose petal finish. It's quite a soft but sturdy cardstock. It also comes in here with a few things. I don't know whether they came like this or whether I put them in the box when I got it just to keep them safe. So the Wild Empress is her business that she goes by for her tarot decks. Sorry, I've got a lot of glare going on right now. There you go. Her tarot decks and her art. There's her card there. And what's this? This is the limited edition, the edition card for the deck. And then all the decks come with this sort of cheat sheet on the, again on that same sort of river paper, which I just love. And you see the 7 steps, 7 sets by the 7 steps within each set. And then it has a little paragraph just to explain each card. So I'm going to attempt to show these to you. So 1 of 1, get my little cheat sheet out here, which is the manifestation of body. I wonder if I can. So it's energy. Number 2 is relationships with our body, nourishment. 3 is body growth, or to do with our physical growth and well-being. 4 is structure, which happens to be lineage. 5 is lesson, so a body lesson. I'm going to see if I can maybe move these up and fit these on. And then we have 6, which is a body healing medicine. 7, which is a body epiphany, rebirth. For me, this just screams like feeling good about your body and being in a place of comfort with it. I'm going to see if I can refocus my camera and then just lock that. Give me 2 seconds, guys, sorry. There we go. Hopefully that will stay where it is now. So then we have 2, which is motion. So we have the manifestation of motion, stability, the relationships with motion or movement, expression, the growth of motion, journey, the structure of motion, which is triumph, the lesson of motion, which is passages, the healing in motion, which is escape, and the epiphany of motion, eternity. So I'm just going to lay these out. So these are the intuition cards. 3 is intuition. So we have intuition of the manifestation, intuition in relationships, intuition in growth, the structure of intuition, the lessons of intuition, the healing and the epiphany. And then we go again, so this time we have heart. So the manifestation of the heart, of the relationships, the growth of our heart space, the structure of our heart, where our boundaries lie, I suppose. Oh, I've dropped one. So this particular card here, so this is the healing of the heart and then the epiphany of the heart. This particular card here, I believe, went on to become the Green Woman, which then went on again to become the Wolf Heart. So I have a more recent edition here, which comes in this beautiful box, and this is everything else to my knowledge is exactly the same apart from this card, which if I can get it out of this pack here, so that's the new card, Wolf Heart. Apparently this rose window was one of her first ever takes on courage, on the card of courage, and it's quite rare, so I'm extremely blessed to have it and thankful to have it, but also to have both editions. I mean, gosh, I feel very special. Thank you, Holly. So we'll carry on. So number 5 is intellect. So the intellect set, manifestation, relationships, which is intention, growth, which is pride, structure, which is conviction, lesson, which is deception, healing, which is meditation, and then epiphany, which is wisdom. So I feel like the 5s do have a tarot vibe about them in the way that they're the sort of imbalance or the shadow aspect of the sets. Number 6 is the blessing. So we've got the manifestation of blessing, which is luck. Blessing relationships, guardian. Blessings of growth, which is riches. Blessings of structure, which is recognition. Blessings of healing, ephemera. Oh no, I've missed one. Blessings of lessons, which is ephemera. Blessings of structure, which is recognition, sorry. And then blessings of healing, prosperity. And blessings of epiphany, magic. And then the last set, which is spirit. So we have the manifestation of spirit is potential. The relationship with spirit is reflection. The growth of spirit, which is renewal. The structure of spirit, which is protection. The lesson of spirit, which is goodbye. This card is just haunting me at the moment. It's a stalker card, and I can only relate it to my dad. He's got Alzheimer's and he's very, very unwell. It's got a really beautiful write-up actually, and I'll show you in a minute. And then the spirit of healing, which is transformation, and the spirit of epiphany, which is hierophany. So I think a lot of the number 1s are the actual, or a few of them are the actual name of the set. So we have potential, which is spirit, luck, blessing, intellect, which is the intellect set, heart, which is beauty, intuition, which is the intuition set, stability, which is motion and energy. So all the ones tend to be like the seed of the idea, the beginning of it, or the very thing itself, the embodiment of the set itself, which I really like. Again, it's like either a full energy or an ace energy for the ones. So I can see a little bit of synchronicity with the tarot, which is good for me because it helps me to remember how the deck works. The 2s, reflection, guardian, intention, love, messenger, expression, nourishment. I love the bumblebee. How beautiful. I've got a bit of a thing about bees. They're so beautiful. And then renewal. So this is all the growth cards. Renewal, riches, pride, creativity, veil, which is actually the back of the card. So this is the, if you don't get a limited edition without the gold foil, this is how it will come on the back, I believe. And the images themselves have this really beautiful texture. I'll see if I can refocus. They have this really beautiful sort of painterly texture going on, which I just love. They are quite thick cards. You can't riffle them, I think, because of their size as well, because they are quite small. Riffling them would just be not very good. And then, but they do overhand shuffle beautifully. We've got the, what are these cards? These are the structure cards. protection, recognition, conviction, fidelity, direction, triumph, lineage. This is me just walking through this deck, guys. There's not really any setup to the video, just me getting to know them. And then we have the fives, so the lessons: goodbye, ephemera, deception, grief, gosh, that's a big lesson, slumber, passages, wound, all lessons that I feel like I have been learning all the time. And then the healing cards: transformation, prosperity, meditation, courage, dreamscape, that's pretty, escape, medicine. And then we have the White Queen, and I mean gorgeous. For these are the Epiphany cards: magic, wisdom, inspiration, illumination, eternity, and rebirth. So I will just put them down for a minute, refocus my damn camera, sorry guys, and lock it down because I forgot. So this deck you can buy. This is a very rudimentary print and cut job, sorry guys, you're just gonna have to deal with this. You can buy this version of the like the little white book online, I think for a very small fee, for about £5. And this has a write-up. It takes you through the sets, but this has a write-up of each of the cards and the steps, and it also has a few spread layouts in the back. But I just wanted to read you the, where is it, the lessons. Here we go. This Memento Mori, which could be seen as quite a scary card, but she writes here: the time has come for a relationship, life lesson, or journey to end. Make amends, forgive past trespasses, and gather your strength to go on in its absence, closing a door. This card should not inspire fear or dread, but relief in knowing that you have done all you can in the situation. I mean, that last sentence just makes it, when I see it now, rather than having a feeling of dread, I have a feeling of comfort and guidance, I suppose. So I have done a few spreads with this deck, which I can't do right now because I've put them all back in order and it's going to take me a while to shuffle them. They shuffle really nicely overhand. This is my first rose petal deck, so I'm not used to the texture, I must say, but I don't dislike it. In fact, I quite like it. It does have a sense of, I suppose, I don't know, I want to say it feels very solid. I don't feel like that's the right way to phrase it, but it somehow makes the deck feel more reliable, I suppose. I adore it. I don't know if I would ever edge it, because although I don't like white edges, and I do tend to edge all of my decks, I don't know how the rose petal would hold up to this, and whether the colour would be the same, because I feel like the rose petal maybe adds a sort of muted layer to the colouring, or mutes the colours somehow. If it does, I wouldn't want to edge it and then it become too much. So yeah, the deck is very small. Again, I love a small deck. I don't know why particularly, but I do like my Lenormand cards, which tend to be smaller as well. So let's get out the Rider-Waite-Smith as a general comparison. So there. It's a lot smaller and quite thick. I don't really like using the term the GSM weight, because GSM relates to the weight of the card, not the thickness of it. I don't really know why everyone gets so uses GSM so cleanly to describe the thickness of the cardstock, because it's got nothing to do with the thickness of it, it is the weight of it. So you could have a 300 GSM cardstock that's actually not quite thick, and then another one which is papery and quite thin. So yeah, I'm really happy with this deck. I'm going to work with it a bit more and get to know her, and then maybe I will pull some spreads properly. I mean, I can pull a few cards now, but I do like to work with a question. So recently I've been doing an energy, action and challenge spread each day, which I really like as a 3-card spread. So the energy of today, maybe for the community, for everyone, for all of us or anyone watching, what's the energy that we can expect for the day? I mean, as always, if it resonates then take it, if it doesn't then just ignore. But it's nice to see how the cards work together, I suppose. So I've got a one falling out here. I'm going to go with that. The energy for the day is wound. Oh my goodness. The action, what is required of us today? Hierophany. And oh, I'm going to put that one back because I haven't asked the question yet. And the challenge for the day. What's going to challenge us or present an obstacle? Renewal. So reading from this little sheet here, we have the energy of the day, which is set 1, number 5, which is wound. So we're looking down here. A hurt that has run deep in you. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. A scar that may or may not ever be healed completely. This pain affects and informs your daily experience, but also gives you the compassion to help others. So this is a lesson. We are learning a lesson today. The action that is required of us is 7-7. So we've got all the way down here in the corner, hierophany, the spirit reconnection with the source. Divine presence manifests itself in signs, messages and prayers answered. Pure purpose is revealed and mysteries unfold before you. So there's a sense of doing what you have to do and being guided by what's going on around you, by your instinct, I suppose. And in my head I would see that as just going with the flow and trusting that things will fall into place. And then the challenge for the day is 7 and 3. So 7, so it's the same set, it's the spirit set and the growth card of the spirit set, which is apple blossom and renewal. Opening of the spirit to the greater we. A refreshing of spiritual energy, faith and hope. The promise of regeneration after a period of withdrawal and fruitfulness will follow. Okay, so the challenge would be thinking about everyone in the situation and not just yourself. I mean, that's how I read it. Thinking about how the action, the energy affects all, affects everyone. Maybe this is a bigger issue than just us. They read beautifully. I haven't used them as clarifier cards yet because I want to get to know the structure of them, and I feel like this deck is a bit more than a clarifier. Not that it would be insulting to use it as a clarifier, but I think I need to learn how I would phrase a question and in what circumstance I would use it. As I said, I really need to work with this deck, but I'm so happy that it has finally all gotten here. It's all safe, it's all beautiful and glistening, and that I can work with it and learn it. And I'm really, really thankful to Holly for going through the time and effort of getting this deck to me, and the love and the effort that has gone into it. I hope you enjoy this video, and I look forward to seeing you soon.